Guys, welcome back to my channel. Excuse my appearance. This was a very impromptu video. I really felt like with this upcoming ordering window, genre has grown so much in the last couple of years, and I'm so happy for them. But with that, I feel like with so many new people coming and joining, it's kind of confusing. You probably hear a lot about genre and then you don't know how to order. Genre has a pop-up shop site that has been very, very useful. If you don't know, Genre Parfums is a indie company based out of Lafayette, Louisiana, and they, over the last couple of years, have pretty much been my favorite house. So I am going to share with you my wish list, my top picks, like fragrances that I think everybody should at least sample. They have a variety of sizes, a variety of offerings. They have inspired buys. They have incredible original fragrances. They have serums. They have IU butters, which are like body butters. Unscented and with a couple of really like heavy hitter, like really good fragrance selections. We'll get into that. Let's get into it. So the first thing I want you to do is you're going to come here to shopgenre.com. Shopgenre.com is their Genre Parfums pop-up site. You can read everything about them here, understand how the ordering window goes. Our ordering windows occur every 6 to 8 weeks, usually at 7 a.m. CST on a Friday. Please scroll below to the calendar for our next opening window. Please fill out the customer contact form if you haven't already to be notified when ordering opens. That is super important. I recommend everybody do it. It just makes everything easier because the minute the ordering window is live, you get an automatic email. You can always just come to the website. If you don't want to do it, that's fine, but it does send you an email right away. The window's typically open for 24 hours. So that's why I say it is a good idea to sign up. I'll get more into this later, but the only Hunger Games like thing that you have to worry about with genre, remember this is an indie house. The owner is very hands-on and he communicates everything super efficiently. He's very clear and honest and upfront and transparent about operations, how things work. I discovered genre on a Facebook group. I was looking for different fragrance groups to join, and because I'm 30, okay, so yeah, I still use Facebook. So I want to say my first 2 or 3 ordering windows was from this contact form. You can scroll here. Here to the right, you can see their inventory, practice ordering, which is what I'm going to do in this video to give you an example. Fragrance requests, if there's any fragrances that you want to see genre do their inspired by, you can request them there. Customer contact, when you do get that automatic email, you don't have to come to the website. I mean, it's the same, it's fine, do whatever works for you, but I always do, or I have a contact form. So email, first name, last name, blah blah blah, all your basics. You submit it and now you're officially enrolled or signed up to get notified when the ordering window opens. So that's cool. So I'm going to close these out. Great. If you scroll down here, this isn't all the time. This is only when there is a new fragrance. So this one will probably be up. This will probably be displayed up until he changes it in 6 to 8 weeks. Whenever the new fragrances are announced, if and any new fragrances are announced, it'll show up here. Available June 6th, which is this is Friday, which is why I felt the calling to do this video now. You'll see the 2 new fragrances. So the first new fragrance is Summer High. This is an original blend of unmentioned perfumes. It's like a surprise. I have thoughts, but I don't think I'll ever figure out what the Summer High fragrance is actually a combination of, and I don't know if he's ever going to come out and tell us. Next one is Snow Angel, inspired by Muglier's Angel Ice Star, which is a discontinued fragrance. The notes in here are pineapple, coconut, vanilla, patchouli, and praline. I'm not going to lie, I typically try to sample before I get 100 ml. So those are the announcements, right? Then if you scroll down further, this one's one that I've never tried before that I've missed every single time. And this is one in Puerto Rico. This is also available June 6th. Citrus, mango, pina colada, marine, rum, vetiver, cedarwood, amber, tonka bean, vanilla, tobacco. And this is going to be found under the original creation section only in a 15 ml. So keep that in mind. So it's officially confirmed. Sometimes it'll say tentative when it's not for certain, because it is every 6 to 8 weeks. There's the fragrances, the announcements, what's new. Okay, so the inventory. I'm a pen and paper person. I print my lists, and everything that's highlighted is what I have tried from Genre Parfums. As you can see, it's a lot, but I love writing things down. I love scratching to-do lists off, check marking things, highlighting. So what I do is I come over here. There's two different ones. There's like an Excel spreadsheet, and then there's like a list. I print this one. It'll show you fragrance name, the genre name, the inspired by, and then the sizes that that specific fragrance is available in. This one, for example, so Delirious is sold out for this ordering window in all sizes. So he marked that very clearly. As you can see, most things are offered in 5, 10, 30, 50, and then a select few, which I think are like the newest ones, do show up in 5, 10, 30, 50, and 100 ml. Not everything, as of yet, not yet, comes in 100 ml. Which does make me sad because there's quite a few fragrances that I feel like I need to have in 100 ml, but we don't actually need to have everything in 100 ml. And Genre has taught me to be okay with that. The one, like I said, is an Excel spreadsheet that's more like this. I prefer the other one because it shows everything. It has the inspired by, the genre name inspired by, and the sizes, right? And then if you keep scrolling over here, you have the original creation name, what the notes are, and the sizes, which are all of Genre's original concepts, original creations. I really want to get Mardi Gras Musk. I also want to get all of the others. Bergamot Imperial, When in Puerto Rico. I've tried Black Apple, actually, I love for the fall time. That one was very, very beautiful. But I'm going to pick up all of those in at least a 5 ml this window. They're really excellent. Serums are a little bit different. They're kind of like a super concentrated. They are a serum. They come like this. This is a 3 ml. This is what their 3 ml. This one's pretty empty, but I grabbed this is my Praline Musk. They come like this. They are a really nice dropper. A little goes a long way. Like 1 drop. You could do 1 drop and rub it into your unscented lotion is my favorite way of using it. Praline Musk is absolutely delicious. So is Cajun. Cajun's almost gone. And then I also have the Praline, which is right here. Or almond, I'm sorry. Praline's delicious too, though. Praline and almond. But this one's one that I have is almost gone. Anyways, so that's just giving you some background on that, as well as, where is it? Right here. So here he'll show the very, like one of the second to last pages. It's what the new creations are. That's where you'll find them. And then here's where it shows the sizes, like how many mLs, the price of them, what for the inspirations and the original creations. He bases of where you can find what fragrances they offer, the sizes that they come into, what the prices are. This is the part that I find is really, really important because even people that have ordered before, it is easy. It's a very straightforward website, but it is easy to get like caught up. So practice ordering is what I'm going to do. So here is the ordering form. This is a practice copy of Genre's ordering form. So you select if you're international or USA. You fill in all your basic information, your email and phone number. As an example, I have a list. So I have this list, right, that I print out and I highlight everything I try, underline everything I want to try. But then I have a handwritten list of all the fragrances. This is not completed. I'm going to work on this tomorrow some more before the window. The 100 mLs that I want are at the top of my list, and then the 50 mLs, these are like my top priority. Really, the 100 mLs are my top priority because if anything is going to sell out, that's not already sold out, it's going to be the 100 mLs. That is the first thing to go. And when I tell you things sell out sometimes in minutes, depending on the fragrance, the one that almost every window everybody cries about is the 100 ml. Well, Fairy Dust is typically the first thing to go. All-time favorite, like I have so many favorites now because I've tried so many, but my all-time favorite scent, like this, the fragrance that made me say, what is this? Like, is this magic? I couldn't wrap my mind around how good that fragrance was. It is inspired by Narcotica's Happy Dust. Genre's version is called Fairy Dust. I love that fragrance with my whole, it's like my most prized thing in my collection. I'm not kidding you. It's my favorite thing. And a couple on here really threw me for a loop real hard because I never expected it. But anyways, okay, so back to the ordering. So you fill out all your basic information. This is where I want to really stress So here, so the 5 ml inspirations. This is where you're going to find everything. You can scroll or you can type, okay? So just remember that. You can type, you don't have to scroll. I don't know if you see that, but a 5 ml is $4. The 10 mls, I'm pretty sure, are $10. So I'm going to do fairy dust. You got to select your quantity. Oops. Always select your quantity, right? There's very obviously a... as we go down, you'll see that there is a restriction on how many of one fragrance you can buy. I'm just going to go through and select all of them. So I really want to stress that you can search for it, which makes it fun, because sometimes when you're just like scrolling, you're like, oh my God, I didn't, maybe you don't do this. Maybe you don't print a list like I do and like go over it and study it like you're trying to get an A+, So this is a great one. My husband loves this one. There's that. 30 mls, same thing. So 100 mls, I think definitely, yeah, they're restricted to one. This is an extremely limited quantity for the time being. 100 mls are going to sell out. Not in all fragrances. Like, I've come back at the end of the night and some 100 mls have still been available, and not everything is available in 100 ml, but this is what is available in the 100 ml. For example, for me, this window, black tea, Eccentric Molecules 01 plus black tea, that is at the very top of my list. On the contrary, my husband loves Waves of Musk right here, and that one only comes if you come here to the hundreds and I try to write waves or Waves of Musk, it doesn't show up. So that's not available. So I'm gonna have to get him a 50 of the Waves of Musk. For me, black tea needs to be 100 mls like yesterday. I really enjoy, this is the first brand that I have, the first house I've done this with. As you know, up until very recently, I committed to 100 ml bottles whenever possible. That's not always, first of all, it's not very responsible sometimes. Genre is the house because they have so many, and first of all, I want to support, period, but they have so many fragrances to choose from in so many different sizes that I really wanted to take my time learning this house, learning what notes I prefer, and finding new things, and they have made it so easy to do so that this is one company that I started with. I would pick up, like, I'm talking 10 to 15 of these 10 mls to try, and some of these are from 2 windows ago, and these 10 mls last me forever. This is Attraction, which I love. My soul flashed before my eyes. Attraction, which I love so much, which is inspired by Instant Crush for Mancera. So this is their 10 ml. Then we have Genre's 5 ml. Looks like this. Love. This is another one that I really want to get a big daddy of. Okay, and then the Serum 3 mls, as I showed earlier, look like this. That's for all the inspired buys, right? So let's just say I'm going to add, let's see, what else do I need? I need to do not select the same scent twice. For example, Imagine a Symphony is the other one on my 100 ml wish list. So Imagine a Symphony, select the quantity 1. The next one that I need to get is Aquamarine. That one I wore today and I love it so much. It's Blue Talisman inspired. Very delicious, fresh scent. I'm always going to try for a fairy dust. It's most likely not going to happen for me. I'm going to try to go for a fairy dust. And then the last one is Snow Angel, their new one. I feel like it's not on here yet, but it will be. This is just, again, a practice form. These scents haven't been added to the list yet, but they will be once the list is live on Friday, the 6th. All right, so this is when we get into the original creations, okay? Same thing applies. For example, I'm getting one of everything in a 5 ml. Besides Black Apple, which I already have, and Essence, which is to die for. My favorite that I've been reaching for so far, spring and going into the summer. I really love Essence, and I couldn't recommend that one enough. At least sample it. These ones are their original creations. So all of these, this Ram ran after my car. Voodoo, Soprano. I'm getting one of everything. Above the Clouds, I really hear great things about everything. Apples and Aces, Expletive. Son of a Beach. Oh my God, I want that one so bad. So bad. So that'll be on there. So just as an example, okay. Just as an example, let's just say, you know, I select everything that I want. Right after my car, I'm going to add some more on here just as an example, you know, just to kind of practice Son of a Beach. Let's say I wanted one of those. I really do. Perfume serums will be located here. The only one I haven't tried is Mardi Gras Musk. I'm going to get that this window as well. It's the only serum I'm missing. It's like we're shopping together right now. Let's just pretend that we're shopping together. And then here's a perfume enhancer, which they only have one. It's Rue. I have a 60 ml of Rue. Rue is really yummy. Rue is an eccentric molecule. I have to find exactly what it is. I should know this off the top of my head because I reach for that one all the time. Yeah, it's eccentric molecules, eccentric O2, citrusy. I find it to be very fresh and invigorating. That's the only perfume enhancer spray. I use it more of like a layering. Bayou Butter, this is women unscented. So they have Marc Jacobs. They have Perfect, Pas de Soir, Burberry Goddess, Prada, and then completely unscented. This, for the scented coconut oil, they only have Born a Princess, which has made me realize, I ordered this 2 or 3 windows ago whenever it went live, that I am not a floral hater. I can't say that I'm a floral hater when Princess or Born a Princess is inspired by Kilian's Rose de May or Rose de Mai. That's a 4.5 ounce. That fragrance, along with another one I'll mention in my wish list later, are what made me realize that I don't hate florals. It just depends on how they're done. So I cannot call myself a self-proclaimed floral hater because it's not true. Born a Princess has a beautiful rose in it, and I typically only like dark, damp, gothic, jammy roses are the only ones that I typically gravitate towards. But I will say that Genre is the brand, the fragrance house that made me realize that I don't hate florals because of the way that they do them. Okay, and then here you're gonna select, this is very important because a lot of people miss this. This is just an example. So USA shipping, I haven't had an issue yet with Genre selecting USPS ground. If you spend over $50, this is really important. There is going to be an option that if you spend more than $50, you get free shipping. Using USPS Ground Advantage, which is what I always use. I know USPS has been a hot mess all over the country, everywhere, from all different brands. People have issues with their USPS. I have shipped things out USPS and they've made it, but not without giving me some like heart palpitations first, okay? Do you want them to require a signature? Yes or no? Verification, you're verifying that you have reviewed your email address and your shipping address and they are correct. Travel insurance, yes or no? Blah blah blah. Here's a summary of everything that you ordered. This is obviously very exaggerated because I've added, you know, a lot of things that I either already have or just really was for example purposes. And then typically there's a bottom for you to go ahead and check out. I check out with PayPal. If you have PayPal, I highly recommend it. It makes checking out a breeze. You don't have that. So that's the ordering form. Hopefully I didn't fly through it too quickly. This is a live form for 24 hours the day that ordering starts. You have 24 hours to place your orders. You don't have to rush for anything. The only thing I will say is if you're going for a 100 ml bottle of anything, you need to be there right at that time. Right at that time. Specifically fairy dust. If you're going for fairy dust, La Vanille, I ended up having to get a 50 ml of fairy dust, La Vanille. 4 fragrances that I had to get in a 50 ml because 100 ml sold out. When I say immediately, this was then. I don't know what this window is going to be like, but I'm just letting you know if fairy dust is something that's on your list, baby, you have to be there 2 minutes before the window opens, refresh to get in there. Okay? There's anything else that you want on this form, anything else. The only other thing that I could see selling out this window is When in Puerto Rico, maybe. Because that one's very highly sought after. When in Puerto Rico in the 15 ml is going to be found under the original creations, only available in a 15. So just keep those things in mind that unless you're going for 100 ml, you have all day. You have 24 hours. Regardless, that's the ordering form. I don't think it's very hard. I know people have questions and they stress out, but mostly it's because they're like, where can I order? How can I order? This is how you can order. This is where you can order. It's not something that's just open whenever you want to shop. Unfortunately, for the time being, that's just what it is. I don't think it's that unfortunate. I actually think it's worked really well for them, and I'm very happy. And this is how I've been using it from day one. When I knew zero, I had no experience with the company at all. I had a pretty positive, besides missing out on 133 mLs of fairy dust, which was heartbreaking, but it's cool. Like, it's all right, because really, did I need 100 ml? Yes. I feel like I did. But it's all right. I got it in a 50, and that baby's still in my collection, and I love her, and I wear her all the time. And I'll try to pick one up. I'll try to pick 100 ml this time, and if it doesn't work out for me, then it's all right. Other people get to have it, and I'm happy for them. So here, this is what I do. I recommend it. I print a list. I underline everything that I want. I double check it by writing it in its own little list. I still have very many to add to the 5 mLs. My goal is to try every single fragrance, sample at least a 5 ml, every single fragrance created by genre. Because I want to, because it's like it's my favorite house. I thoroughly enjoy the fragrance house so much. The owner's wonderful. It is so much fun in the Facebook group, the Genre Parfums neighborhood. You can buy people's fragrances, you can trade, swap. Like, if you miss the ordering window, I'm only mentioning the Facebook group because a lot of people, like, what if you watch this video on Sunday and you had never heard of genre before and you want to buy something, you know? But there are trusted sellers that you can buy from that decant their whole entire genre collections. So anyways, so now that all that's out of the way, my genre wish list is Eccentric Molecules. They're inspired by Eccentric Molecules and black tea. That is my number one on my list. I don't know what has overtaken me this year, but I have discovered I don't hate florals. Apparently I'm obsessed with tea fragrances. I like tea in real life, and I love like matcha and stuff like that in real life. This year I have discovered just how much I really love and appreciate very herbally, yummy, delicious, realistic, like photorealistic tea fragrances. Some milky, some zesty, some more citrus teas, some more milky, frothy teas, whatever. My point is, I'm really having a moment with tea fragrances right now. Black tea from Genre Parfums has quickly become number one for my 100 ml wish list. Then Imagine a Symphony, which is, you know, inspired by a very prestigious brand. That's at the top of my wish list. Fairy dust, I'm gonna try to get a fairy dust. It's probably not gonna happen for me, but that's okay. I have a backup plan. Aquamarine is supposed to be Blue Talisman from El Nino, Ex Nilo, Anilo. Is it El Nilo? EX, yeah, right? And then Snow Angel, I'm thinking about just going for 100 ml because I feel like I'm gonna be upset if I get a sample and I end up loving it. It's supposed to be pineapple, coconut, summer. It's giving summer, so Snow Angel, I think I'm going to go for 100 ml. Then for the 50 mls, Waves of Musk. My husband loves, and everybody around him, anybody that comes close to him, Waves of Musk for my husband is the most, it's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. It is so attractive. It smells so good and so fresh. We were walking around Universal for 3 days. It's not summer, but it felt like peak summer in Florida at Universal last weekend. And when I tell you that Waves of Musk saved our lives, because the amount, I'm not shaming anybody, and I'm not trying to be mean, but the amount of heat and humidity and like body heat and people exuding stank and swamp ass, it was astounding. I wear antiperspirant, specifically the one with aluminum. I know, whatever, you can listen, I don't care. I refuse to wear non-aluminum deodorant, especially outside. Maybe I'll try it indoors in the winter in Florida, but we don't. Anyways, my point is, we were all walking around. Every time my husband was anywhere in my vicinity, if I needed someone to save my nose, like I literally would just come near him. I didn't have to get that close to him, and as he was walking, the wafts of freshness that were hitting my face were honestly something biblically beautiful. It was gorgeous. So for him, a 50 ml, that's the biggest size that it comes in, of Waves of Musk. For me, the Shadows, which the Shadows is inspired by Mojave Ghost, and then Sedative, which is narcotic, whatever, by the same brand as Blue Talisman. My point is, again, the Shadows, predominantly like a violet, what I get, obsessed. And I don't say stuff like that often, like, you know, okay? But when I tell you that the Shadows is the most, I went through an entire one of, here's the Shadows. Empty. A 5 ml from the last, and I ordered 2. This is my first one is gone, so that's how I knew, like, I needed it, because I didn't want to stop reaching for it. That one's at the very top of my 50 ml. That one also doesn't come in any bigger sizes. The Shadows is incredible, Mojave Ghost. And then Sedative is also at the top of my list. This is my little predominantly genre, but oh, actually it's the very first one that I grabbed. That's very lucky. Sedative is Flor Narcotiques or Narcotics. I want to say narcotics. Okay, I'm sorry. I know it's not narcotics. I butcher it every time. This is the floral fragrance of dreams. This is beautiful. I never in a million years. Yes, I like Mystic Bouquet by Afnan, which is inspired by Valaya. This is the most beautiful fragrance. This and Born a Princess together. The rose and Born a Princess with the florals in this, but the soft creaminess of Born a Princess. If you hate florals like I do, I'm sorry, there's no way to sample this unless somebody can decant it for you in one of the groups. This is the smallest size it comes in. It's 4.5 ounces, which is incredible. I haven't even made a dent in this because a little goes a long way. This leaves me moisturized without being greasy. It doesn't leave me greasy. It actually absorbs into the skin, and it is the most just gorgeous, creamy rose. In the opening, I feel like I get a lot of rose, but when it completely dries down on, like, is absorbed by my skin, it is the most gorgeous, beautiful, soft, creamy, feminine fragrance, floral, soft, creamy, feminine fragrance that I've ever tried in my life. And I bought this blindly because this fragrance that this is inspired by is discontinued. He tried to do this as a EDP, and he said it just wasn't stable. Like, it just wasn't, not that it wasn't stable, but it wasn't working. So for now, it's going to remain a scented coconut oil, a scented fragrance oil like this one. And I'm so glad that he did, because I haven't even made a dent in this, and I couldn't say enough good things. If you already like Born a Princess, or I'm sorry, if you already like Princess, this one is more with rose. And it's beautiful. And Sedative, I wore these two together. And when I tell you, I didn't know who I was because I don't like florals. Yet these two have like a death grip on me, especially together, but on their own they stand 10 toes down. It's gorgeous. So Sedative is also one that is on my 50 ml list. So those are my big daddies. As far as 15 mls, I have one in Puerto Rico, Bergamot Imperial, Summer High, which is the one that's like the blend that nobody knows, like a mystery of what the blend is, that have a 10 ml of that on here. And then I have a good 17 5 mls that I'm planning on getting, probably more. By the time that I revisit this list, it'll be way more of these. I feel like it's going to be like this many. It's going to be twice as much. 5 mls that I'm going to get, but that's what I have on my list. This is everything on my list. I feel like Santa Claus. I'm making a list. I'm checking it twice. Okay? And I probably will go back for more because it is my favorite house. These are mostly genres in here. I have a lot of other really yummy or really amazing brands. I have Source and Heist, and I have my 5 mls in here, my 10 mls over here, whatever. And then, so those are my wish lists. But if you're going to go into genre for the first time ever and you just want to pick up some samples, please, 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 I have here to share with you is going to be, again, like I said, Fairy Dust, the love of my life. This is what the 50 ml bottle looks like. She is gorgeous and glorious. I couldn't get her in a 133. This, again, this is a 133. They're not going to have these. This is going to be 100 mls for this window. Okay, this is just for comparison. This is my Safe Haven, which is, again, love of my life this summer. This with Pineapple Passion. These are my babies. These two have been my favorite layering. They're gorgeous. So Safe Haven and Pineapple Passion. I want you to at least try them. If you like the notes, Safe Haven is after Narco Oasis by Narcotica, and then Pineapple Passion is inspired by Pineapple by Dolce & Gabbana. A Century More is I say this is my perfect easy reach. This smells like delicious, fruity, sweet shampoo. Okay, if you like that vibe, like that fruity, sweet, fresh shampoo vibe, that's what A Century More is for me, which is inspired by House of Siage's Minnie Mouse 100 year, I think, anniversary. Yeah, Disney 100, sorry. Okay, so we got that. Rue, again, is delicious. I love this one for layering, but I love it on its own as well. I like to layer with it, but anytime I want to brighten something up a little bit more, Rue, I've worn it by itself also, and she's fire, especially. Oh, and completely unisex. My husband, this smells really good on him too. And then, I know that we haven't officially gone into summer yet, so that means that we're not even close to fall or winter. But when I tell you my 3 favorite, there's more. There's way more. Fall and winter fragrances. Miracle Essence is my perfect winter gourmand. Same thing with Ginger-esque. Would you believe me? This is after, Ginger-esque is after Joe Malone's Ginger Biscuit. And oh my god, this come fall and winter when it's cold outside and I get to put this on a hoodie or a flannel or my blanket is everything. And then La Vanille, like I said, this is my Grown Sexy Sophisticated vanilla. This is the vanilla when I put this vanilla on when I'm not trying to be cutesy. I mean business. When I put on La Vanille, I mean business. I'm not trying to be cutesy, okay? Ain't no cupcakes around here, okay? Anyways, sorry. Overall vibe, and this is just the most delicious Grown Sexy vanilla that I have in my collection. This is the best vanilla for that situation. This is a grown vanilla that I love so much, and I wish I had this one in 100 ml too. So those are my 3 favorite picks for fall and winter. And my just all around, you can't go wrong, is of course Fairy Dust, the Rue, A Century More, Fresh, Clean, Fruity, Safe Haven, Fruity, but fruity, not in like a very bright fruity way. This is more of like a, I want to eat you fruity. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then Pineapple Passion, again, fruity and delicious. And exactly like what the name suggests. Pineapple Passion, 100%. Anyways, okay. I can go on and on and on. Are my wish lists, my hit list, my wish list, my recommendations, how to order. If there's anything at all, I'm going to try to link. I'm going to link everything. I'm going to put down everything in the description box. If I am all over the place, please forgive me. I've never done a voiceover before. I've never done a screen recording trying to film at the same time, so I don't know how this is gonna go. So just be kind to me, okay? I'm gonna link the Facebook group that you can join us. Come join us in the neighborhood is my favorite Facebook group. I hope that this video was even remotely helpful. If it was all over the place, I'm so sorry. I love you. But I hope this helps, and I hope to see you in the neighborhood, or I hope to see more people, even more people discovering genre. I'm very passionate about this. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.